It's a station.
It's very dramatic music for a station.
With computers.
Do you think it's gonna take long?
No, he should be finished soon.
I gotta see Captain Perry. Orders are orders. Gee, I hate internal politics.
But I
bullshit.
love this water tank.
This is... Are we actually watching the game where
God,
you're
I'm bored.
imitating
I hate
sitting
having
in an
nothing to
office
do.
waiting room?
Yes, we are.
Huh. Well, always something I wanted to play through
Let's
in a
get the
game.
formalities out of the way so I can
Yeah.
get back to some real work.
I don't get to experience this on a semi-daily basis.
I could go for a little airy time right about
A
now.
little airy time right about now. What does that mean?
I'm a little worried.
It's okay, this is pretty fantastic in a really stupid way. He has games on it.
Well, I mean...
Because of course the super FBI glasses would have Breakout.
So, someone had to design the super FBI glasses, and then they had to install Breakout on it. So presumably you could fuck off while at work.
Yes, it's even the world's worst version of Breakout. If you manage to start playing early enough, the camera will actually pan over to that secretary, and she's just staring at him like he's
Charlene. I'll look
crazy.
at the reports later. Oh, cancel all appointments for this afternoon.
Okay. Oh, Captain. Agent Norman Jaden from the FBI.
No,
is
Nom
here.
and Jade. Gotta say it right.
Jaden, of course. We've been expecting you. I'm in a bit of a hurry. Do you mind tagging along? We can talk as we walk.
Yeah, of course. I wanted to introduce myself before getting
And you're
started, but
ignoring me.
perhaps there's a better time.
No, it's fine. I just have to get to the press conference. We have them every day now. Believe me, it's not always easy finding something to tell them. Fortunately, today we have some news.
Just gonna run to this wall
Have
here.
you met Lieutenant Blake yet?
Yeah, we met this morning.
He has his own methods, but he's a good cop. I'm sure you'll get on well together. Do you know how to tie a knot in a necktie?
I guess.
Yeah.
To be frank with you, I could have done without the FBI
Well, you
on this
know,
one, but the
it's a
press,
game. You have to
they're all over
interact.
This origami killer case
In very
crept
meaningful
up on us,
ways.
and it's fast becoming a national
I
concern.
feel like they were just searching
There are
for
hundreds
little
of
things
killers
you
in
could
this
do to
country,
keep your
but
hands
what do you know,
occupied
this
while
guy
listening to this
is
guy monologue.
exotic. He leaves flowers and origami figures.
Yeah.
Work that one out.
Which is kind of
And the
funny
press
because
get
we're gonna
onto
get
it,
to the press conference.
and we
You can't
suddenly
really...
become the center of the universe.
I'm here to
Oh,
arrest
thank
a
God we can
serial
tie
killer.
neckties.
With all due respect, sir, the rest of it, it's none of my
How do you
business.
not know how to tie a necktie?
Well, even if you don't, why not get like a clip-on or something?
Of course not. All I'm asking is that you make progress.
I mean, granted, I don't know how to tie a
press
necktie,
want a
but I don't really wear them.
Now,
Yeah,
we're
but if
gonna
I
have to
needed to tie
serve
a
him up
necktie,
on a
the internet
silver
knows.
platter.
That's true.
Not
I'm pretty
bad.
sure that you can completely mess it up and he'll still say not bad.
Will it look messed up?
Oh, go see
Yes,
Charlie
actually.
and she'll show you to your
Oh,
office.
that's great.
Yeah, check in on the press conference if you're interested. It'll give you an idea of the political climate around here.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome to the club, Jaden.
So we can either go straight to the office, or we can bug Blake, or we can go to the press conference. And the press conference will actually give us some information about the origami killer. So, if these people will kindly get out of my way, thank you.
We're not bugging Blake.
We will.
Oh, good.
We will. This is just here to give you, well, information.
The body of Jeremy Bowles was found this morning on a patch of wasteland in the East End at about 6:30 a.m., 5 days after he was reported
Wait,
missing.
what can you do?
An autopsy will be conducted
just sit here.
tomorrow
Oh.
to determine the exact
Like
cause
I
of
said,
death, but going from first indications,
This is
it
not
would
the
seem
place
that
to keep
he's
you
drowned.
occupied.
The state in which the body was found suggests the methodology of the origami killer.
Origami.
The investigation should confirm this in the coming days. The police are continuing to work around the clock to find the murderer as quickly as possible. I'll field some questions.
Oh, can you ask a question?
Yes.
Sadly, no.
You said the methodology indicated another victim for the origami killer. Can you be more specific?
Yeah, he killed somebody else, then he killed this guy.
An origami figure was found in the victim's hand, and an orchid was placed on his chest. His face was covered with mud, but there were no visible traces of violence to the body. Go ahead.
The Zodiac Killer was never identified. Perhaps the origami killer will never be found either.
That's an excellent question. Thank you.
I don't think there's much chance of that. For the moment, the killer may think he's invulnerable, but in the end he'll make a mistake.
If you're gonna call them on being useless, just say it.
Yeah. And it goes on. Although, to be fair, the police are pretty useless. I think that this is the 7th victim of the origami killer. And only now they're calling in the FBI to help, which is bizarre, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to start. Maybe we should kick off by talking about the case?
I have some work to finish here. Let's talk about that later, if you don't mind.
He's checking his email, isn't he?
No problem. Just let me know when you're available.
Well, I was thinking he's playing Spider Solitaire, but
yeah.
I'm sure it's really important.
Breakout.
I think I need a good cup of Java.
Yeah. See, they have something in common.
Where's the water cooler?
It's right behind. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Well, Why
are you using the hot water tab?
He wants a cup of hot water.
I guess that's close to coffee.
Also, you're in a police station. There's really no
starting
coffee
to dislike
anywhere.
That guy. Gotta watch my back.
Well, you know, the police, they don't drink coffee.
Strange character,
What
Captain
do
Perry.
they drink?
Seems to be more interested in meeting the press
water.
than investigating the crime.
From that one little thing. By the way, this is important. This is important. This is important, Stara. This is important.
For Larry's promotion present?
Yes.
Nice watch.
Oh, it's the present we offer to our new lieutenants. We bought the same model each year for the past 20 years for each promotion. It optimizes everybody's time, and it's the kind of thing that always goes down well.
When you're kicking them out
You
of the
can
force.
contribute to our fund if you like. We're still a few dollars short.
Yeah, why not?
Congratulate Larry on my behalf.
I'll be sure to do that, sir.
Well,
a $5. Mr. Moneybags here.
Captain Perry said you could show me to my office?
Yes, of course.
Okay, just... This trip to the office, just watch this woman. She had to go all the way around the thing, and then back, and then forward when she could have just pointed behind her and said, there you go.
Well...
This
so
is my
cozy.
That's where I was told to take you.
That's a good word.
If you need anything, you know where to find me.
I wanted to see the look on your
Directly
face.
in front of the office.
Hope you enjoy your closet.
Yep. Because this is where the FBI should be working from.
It shows that he's
Okay,
a valid
time to
and
work.
valued member of the team. It has a chair.
And a desk.
God, maybe you would have wanted that phone.
It wasn't even connected to anything. Hey, he's got a corkboard. That's pretty good.
Well, I feel so much better now that we've redecorated. So much better.
Oh. Well, it doesn't even matter where he works, really.
Step 1. Change the office.
Because this is what your virtual reality glasses are for.
I hate this guy.
It's not his fault that somebody said, hey, let's spend all of our money on this. It's got some nice places. There's that nice forest. Here we are on the edge of a cliff.
Well, that's pretty.
Yeah. And, oh. Wait, no. The controlling this thing here is actually really, really awkward.
Okay.
Like, some of them are just regular button controls, but clearing things or selecting your environment involves shaking the controller in certain ways.
Oh.
The killer's car is probably a Chevrolet Malibu 83.
I'm glad the developers wanted us
No
to have
prints or
a
specific
pretty
clues.
background to look at while we
Nothing much to go on.
looked into this information.
Just one origami store
Well,
in town.
I know that I work better when I'm on the edge of a cliff. With birds going in the background.
And waterfalls.
And waterfalls.
No data.
Because it's tires. So we can do geoanalysis, we can have him talk to
Common
himself about
species.
this.
That doesn't help much.
Nothing we've gathered so far is particularly helpful.
The orchid is a common species. It can be found at any flower shop.
As you can see. Including not being able to look up who has a registered Chevy Malibu in town, which seems kind of weird.
Well.
I mean, the car might be stolen, but, you know, if you have information, you might as well go off of it.
Yeah, you might as well look it up and at least ask, hey, has your car been stolen recently?
Right. Or even not recently, just have you have a stolen car.
Yeah.
Now this is me flailing trying to make this function properly, because you have to flick up, or maybe down, to, open these stupid little folders. Yeah, up. But if you flick to the side,
8
it just sends them away.
in the last 3 years. All boys, aged between 9 and 13. No signs of violence. The victims disappear from public places in broad daylight. No one notices anything.
Anything.
Bodies are found 3 to 5 days later. Drowned. In rainwater.
Naman Jaden gives himself dramatic narrative.
She really does.
Yes.
I suspect they threw him into this closet so no one else would have to hear him talk to himself.
Maybe.
There is always a railroad line adjacent to where the bodies are found. And all the victims disappeared in the fall.
You know, honestly, I think a paper report might have been more useful than all of this digital.
The killer has a large
Yeah, but
comfort
we wouldn't
zone.
be able to be here on
Gained
this beautiful
confidence
plateau.
rapidly moved away from his base. This won't make the geoprofiling any easier.
I mean, why would you keep paper artifacts? It's not like your glasses could get damaged, or this doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Always the same
Buddy.
ritual. An origami in the hand, an orchid on the chest. The victims have always been dead for less than 6 hours when they were found, which means they remained alive for several days before being drowned.
And yet, no evidence of
Over
violence.
3,500 people questioned. Over 100 suspects interrogated. Not a single lead to go on.
Wow, you guys are useless.
Oh, thank God it only took 8 dead kids before they called in the FBI.
The killer is white, aged between 30 and 45.
Oh, I love this leap of logic.
He's intelligent, calm, and determined.
Because he's
Organized
literally
type.
just spouting
He has a
off
car?
the generic serial
He's
killer
probably
profile.
employed, but his work allows him free time.
Yeah.
There is nothing that actually suggests that, but that's how most serial killers are, so we'll just assume it's the same for this guy. Now that's everything that we know and everything that we've gathered. But before then, I do want to finally show off these ridiculous little environments, if I can ever open them. here we are on a plateau. And here we are.
Are we in space?
On Mars.
Really?
Really.
Well. The FBI's money well spent.
Well, that's what I want to look at, but how I concentrate best is underwater with sharks swimming around me. Perfect.
Well.
Now I feel centered.
I'm going to assume the developers just assumed we needed to see color somewhere or we'd go crazy.
That's... My god, you're a genius. It all makes sense now.
Here we go again. I better go wash my face.
What's wrong with him?
I need to take some. I'm gonna faint if I resist.
Drugs.
Right.
That's alright. I know I can make it. I know I can
So
make
of all the goofy things this game does, I do like these sequences.
I like how it said take trip to...
Take Tripto.
Is everything
Okay.
alright, sir?
The fluorescent blue thing is called tryptocane.
Okay.
No one must see.
But I like how they go for the crazy camera angles. I like that this feels really disorienting.
Yeah.
And if you hang out too long, like there are these little QTs to keep him from shaking, and they just get progressively harder to do.
Oh, cool.
And all of his thoughts are about
I need it. I'll
getting a
feel better.
fix or trying not to.
Yeah.
It's a nice touch.
Like, they're doing good camera angle stuff here.
Yeah. That was a jaunty police officer, wow. And we're back to Ethan.
Well.
Since he finally decided to go to the police, what with his son disappearing and all.
How long did it take him?
This is Lieutenant Blake, Mr. Marshall.
They'll actually say.
Could you please tell him what happened?
It was this afternoon.
Oh, okay.
I went to the park with my son, Sean. We played together for a while, and then he wanted to go on the
And
carousel.
then he wanted a horsey
so I
ride.
put him on one of the wooden horses, and when I turned back, Sean had disappeared.
Exactly what time did you arrive at the park? Try to remember exactly, Mr. Mars. Every detail can be important.
So,
It must have been about...
I was very pleased with the way they handled the tryptocane thing. This is bullshit.
5:30, I think.
I could not read any of those when I was actually playing.
What was your son wearing when he disappeared?
Oh.
He was wearing a coat.
Because I know the answers. I actually bothered to remember them.
A beige coat.
But I could not read the numbers while
And a
they're
pair of
all
pants.
janky like that.
Brown pants.
How could Sean have disappeared without you even noticing? Weren't you right by the carousel?
I went to sit on a bench a little way off. I didn't notice right away the carousel had stopped. That must have been when Sean
Not very
disappeared.
observant, you see.
You say you took your son to the park after school. But you didn't report him missing until 8:15. Why did it take you so long to contact the police?
Okay, so it took him 4 hours, I think.
I don't know. I panicked. I didn't know what to do.
Which
Did Sean have any particular
honestly kind of makes
difficulties, Mr.
sense.
Mars?
I mean, if
Anything
you're going to
that
look
might have
around
caused him to run
yourself, a lot of people don't report missing persons for another day or two.
Sean is a
week.
sensitive child. Our relationship has been a little difficult recently.
Everything okay at school? Any particular problems between you and your wife?
No, nothing in particular.
All right. That's all the questions I have for now. You're free to go, Mr. Mars. We'll continue to look for Sean overnight. We'll contact you if we have any more questions.
Do you think the origami killer...
Listen, your son's probably just run off and he'll turn up in a couple of hours.
Wow, you're...
But what if it is the origami
Well, then
killer?
your son's boned. Have a nice day.
Well, then we have about 4 days to find him alive.
Carter Blake. He's the PR rep of the police department.
Well, I wonder why no one has a good view of the police.
Did they find something?
On the plus side, Grace showed up.
No, nothing yet, but they're gonna keep looking through the night.
They told me we had about 4 days to find him if it was the origami killer.
Do they think it's the origami
You know, not to
killer?
worry or anything.
It's still too early to say. But it is a possibility.
I mean, it's a possibility that I brought up. They didn't really say it.
What happened, Ethan? How could you lose Sean like that? You should never have taken your eyes off him. I mean, for God's sake, how hard is it to keep your eye on a child in the park? Why did you leave him, Ethan?
Well, apparently it's easier than acting.
Wasn't it enough losing Jason?
Well...
You know, just to remind you of that.
That's not what
That's exactly what you meant to say. You know it.
I miss him so much.
Sean or Jason?
Both.
Nah, just Jason. The other one's just not the same.
The other one killed a bird.
That's true. Well, I guess I won't comfort my wife or anything.
Are they divorced?
Ex-wife,
Yeah.
whatever.
I'll just let her cry alone.